Behind me is a very controversial car. Car and Driver put it on its 10 best list in 2001 when it was introduced, and it was also Car of the Year. But Top Gear said the convertible was the worst car ever made. The one behind me, well, to me, it looks like a 1930s hot rod. So this one came along and it's been hot rodded. So it's a special car. I've always liked the look of it, so I figured, what the heck? I bought a 2001 Chrysler PT Cruiser that's extremely modified. Will I be impressed, or am I just crazy? Let's find out. Well, I'm definitely impressed with the shape. The grille actually is custom, I've heard, and it's a hard body kit to get. So this one's been modified. It's got aftermarket wheels, and I think the stance is a little aggressive too, and it might have a couple louvers and things that did not originally come with the car. But I think that just adds to its custom cool look. Yep, even the side profile is just way cool to me. Of course, avid viewers will know that I love blue cars, blue and white cars. Check out my review of my very custom 1988 BMW 635 CSI elsewhere on YouTube. That's equally as custom as this one. So with this look and its custom speed improvements, man, I couldn't resist. From this angle, it looks like a classic Woody, well, without the wood. And being a big Beach Boys fan, well, just another reason I love it. Check out my Beach Boys covers elsewhere on YouTube. So there you go, kitschy cool custom design, wrapping up a very custom drivetrain, which we'll get to the details in a bit. To me, the custom looks continue inside. I'm not sure if this one's been modified at all. I just think it's designed this way. Retro was very in. You know, you had other retro cars coming out at this time. There was the SSR pickup truck. The Beetle was redesigned at this point, and other manufacturers were just getting in on the retro craze. So this look was in, and I think it still looks cool even to this day. It's actually similar in styling to my Fiat 500C. Of course, I reviewed the Fiat 500C elsewhere on YouTube, but I just bought Charlie Sheen's actual car. So check out the review of that one elsewhere on YouTube when I post it. Haven't posted that one yet. This is my other favorite feature. It's a 2-ball shifter, and it is a 5-speed manual. Originally it had a jet drag. I'm not sure if this one's been modified. Probably has, to take the extra power. But you had like coin storage there. You had small sort of storage there, and then there's your armrest, and you have storage here, a cup holder. Cup holders back there too, so pretty much a dated interior, but not so bad. You even get an outlet there. Straightforward ventilation controls, a little bit quirky to have the power windows controlled here, but oh well. And strangely, the controls for the back windows are actually back here towards the back. Guess they didn't want to double up. The gauge cluster with the white gauges, I really like that. I think it's a cool look, and maybe a bit retro, but I just think it's cool. The seats are adjustable for height, which is pretty cool, and you don't find that a lot from cars of this era, so they certainly thought they were going to sell these to a lot of people, so they gave a lot of adjustability in case mom wanted to drive or what have you. But the seats are kind of dated. They've got a little bit of a Alcantara feel here, so even though they're dated, you know, they still look pretty cool to me, if not a slight bit tacky because of the material. Some custom stuff going on in this car. You've got an oil pressure gauge, fuel pressure, and also a boost gauge. More on that later. Also a custom headlight switch. Not quite sure why that's there. That's where you adjust your mirrors, and locks there, and then more storage and a speaker in the door. A cool thing about the PT Cruiser is that you could fold down these seats, or you could actually totally take them out. So you had a lot of storage options with this car, and seating for up to 5 too. It was really meant to be a truck, sort of. It was sold as a truck so that they could bring down their fuel economy standards for their truck line. But the versatility is definitely there. A multi-purpose vehicle, as they called it. So there you go, the PT Cruiser's interior. A bit retro looking, but strangely a bit modern too, even though parts of it are dated. Interesting. Out back, like I said, you can totally remove those seats, so that's pretty cool. But then you have a cargo cover there and a rubber mat too, so it's a cool interior. You even have some power back here too. Nice. So powering this PT Cruiser is a turbocharged engine. The turbo did not come out until 2003, and this is a 2000. So the stock engine was taken and basically modified. It's a 2.4 liter dual overhead cam, so not stock at all. And it has AT4 T3 hybrid turbo, and it's an 11-to-1 motor, naturally aspirated with a turbo, and it has a stage 2 clutch, stage 3 fuel pump, a blow-off valve that's pushing 15 pounds of boost, forged internals, and the last owner said it's probably making about 420 horsepower with an upgraded ECU, and if you run it on racing fuel, it of course does a bit better. But he told me basically it'll run in the 11-second range in the quarter mile. So this thing is fast. So avid viewers of mine certainly know that I'm a fan of quirky cars, and this one is certainly quirky. There's no question about it. It's a car that was either loved or hated, and I happen to always love them, and that's why I picked this one up, because it was just so special, so quirky, so out of the ordinary being modified. I've always liked the convertibles actually, and I considered buying one, but I found out that you couldn't really fold down the back seats in that one, so I thought it was kind of defeating the purpose of this car, since it can haul lots of stuff. In fact, the last owner hauled parts and things like that, and it showed it. Had to do a lot of cleaning up to get it to where I could even sit in the car. I really think it's pretty cool. It's a very tough car to drive fast because you have to wait for the boost to build, and then you have to stomp it right when it does. You can't press this car unless you're running the racing fuel. Then I think you could, but I'm not running the racing fuel, so in that case you kind of have to wait for it to build boost. But once it does, man, it's just a lot of power that comes on very quickly. Jeez, it's just crazy. It like just immediately torque steers the wheel, so you just have to hang on and hope for the best, really. And you have to have the room too. Like a drag strip would be nice. So this is the last owner. He sent me this video to show how fast it is. Last owner really knew how to drive it. Like, I think he did more drag racing than me. My personal favorite thing is to drive cars on the track. So check out my Porsche on the track reviews elsewhere on YouTube. I have a really cool on-track review of the Lexus RC where I do a split lap time with the 6-cylinder and the 8-cylinder. So that's pretty cool, and that is on the private track Monticello. But this one is a drag car, and to get that speed out of it, you got to really know how to drive it. And man, it is insanely fast. He showed me how fast it was, and it was frightening. I bought it up in the hills of West Virginia, and with all those trees lining the streets, it was quite frightening to be in a car this fast. And with the front wheel drive, it's just crazy because it's got so much torque steer. So there you go. This car was definitely a quirky car that I just kind of wanted, and I've always thought they were cool, so I went ahead and took the plunge. And hey, what can I say? That's what you do sometimes. It's a cool car, and I think I got a fair price on it, so why not? Sometimes you just have to say what the heck. I'm trying to buy cars I've always wanted. Check out my reviews of the Lancia Delta Integrale, my old Porsche 911 Targa SC air-cooled, and my water-cooled Porsche 996. Check those reviews out elsewhere on YouTube, and just Google any car you like and you'll find it. Of course, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and share my videos with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. I'm Drivin Ivan.